diaper.
It's just a fussy case.
Do you want it? It's so cute. It's a good B-roll, Nick.
That One Piece treasure cruise. Oh, you guys are.
So,
Brandon's here. We can do it, Brandon too.
Oh, yeah.
No, dude, my butt is so soft. Yeah, no, this is making.
This is Jose Nicholas Hernandez. He's your typical American. He likes playing soccer. He likes hanging out with his friends. He likes watching Netflix. And he does pretty well in school. However, he may be deported. Here's Nicholas now, with a little bit more about himself.
Hi, I'm Nick. What can I tell you about myself? My full name's Jose Nicholas Hernandez Velasquez. My parents are Adriana Velasquez and Ignacio Hernandez. I was born in Colombia, in the capital, Bogota, on June 18th, 1997. I moved around a lot in Colombia. I finally ended up in Circasia, which is a small town. Our family owned I guess you could call it a farm, but it was more land than farm. We built our first family house there, and in 1999 an earthquake tore it down. So we rebuilt and we sold part of the land to different people. Now it's more of a condominium, and my mom was a teacher. She taught my kindergarten class and she taught college students. I went to a bilingual school, which meant I would learn Spanish in the morning and English in the afternoon. My mom also taught English, but only to the college students. She then got offered a work opportunity to come to the United States and teach ESOL to foreign kids. She was offered 3 years with paid work, and so we took it. We came to the United States 2005. We arrived in New Jersey. She taught there for 1 year, and then they relocated her to North Carolina. I stayed there for about 2 years and maybe a half. After North Carolina, we moved to Maryland in 2008, where we came here with our friends Nick and his family, which have been with us through almost my entire life. I went to my mother's school, Mary Harris Mother Jones, where she taught ESOL with her program, and up until 6th grade, I stayed with my mom in her school. But then I had to go to middle school. I went to Benjamin Tasker. She could only teach elementary school, so we got separated there. In Benjamin Tasker, there is where I met most of my good friends that I know now. Really great guys and girls. I couldn't make it through high school without them. They really pushed me to do stuff, and some of them is the reason I'm so successful in high school. After Benjamin Tasker, I went to Bowie High School. I took a lot of AP classes, a lot of honors classes, and now my senior year, I'm taking college classes at PGCC to get college credit. The county pays for it, so I don't really have to pay for anything other than gas money. In Bowie High School, literally the best 4 years of my life, up to now, of course. But joined the soccer team, was captain of the JV soccer team my junior year, and got into varsity soccer team my senior year. I played tennis since sophomore year, and I was always top 5 on the roster. Since I was top 5, I did make it to the States both years. My junior year, though, I couldn't play because I did burn my thumb at my work. So I told coach that I'd rather someone else played. so I didn't risk either hurting it or losing the states, the game for the school. I didn't want to lose, so I did give my spot away to number 6. He did lose, but then again, it was states. Everyone lost except for one person, I think. But after tennis, before tennis actually, soccer comes first. My coach may tell you otherwise, but my senior year was not my best year. I was juggling 3 jobs and an injury, which was not my fault. But I do love it. I do love soccer. I may not be the best, but I have fun. It relieves all my stress. I do take a lot of AP classes and college level classes, which is why I play soccer, to release all that stress. After that, alright, my biggest like in this world is Colombia. I can't lie, I love it. I want to go back there every summer. Colombian girls are beautiful. The Colombian national team is my favorite soccer team, and if I do get deported, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I'm gonna go back to my family. I'm gonna have fun there, but education is not as good as it would be here, and that's one of the main reasons I want to go to college here. Unfortunately, there is a possibility of me getting deported. I came here legally with a visa, my mom's visa. Okay, don't think I'm a nerd, but I love architectural history. I could sit down for hours and watch documentaries on the elevator invention, the stairs, how elevators changed architecture, how windows changed architecture. I've done it before, don't judge me. I'm fascinated by architecture. I love Dubai. I want to be an architect, and I want to be able to design a building in Dubai. My other likes are simple, just hanging out with friends, music, and Netflix. My parents do tell me I do have a little problem with Netflix. I don't see it. I mean, I'm kidding, I do see it. I've watched tons and tons of hours on Netflix. My biggest like is food. I can't stop eating it. Unfortunately, I was borderline diabetic. I was 200 pounds, and after my doctor told me that I had to do something or start thinking about diabetes, I changed my diet, started exercising more. I lost about 60 pounds. Now my sugar is perfect. My resting heart rate is about 61, which is pretty good. A couple years back, my mom did get laid off with many teachers, many foreign teachers that were on the same program with my mom. A lot of ESOL teachers got laid off. That caused a problem because my mom's visa was only possible if she had a work sponsor, which in this case was PV County. We couldn't find another sponsor, so me and her applied for DACA status, which means that I, as a student, can stay here to only study. I can't leave the country, and I don't have many of the benefits that a real citizen would have, but I do get to study as long as my grades stay up. Depending on how Congress votes on the DREAM Act, and whoever gets voted into presidency next year, I either have to leave when I'm 21, I may get to stay, I may find something new to protect me under, or if the DREAM Act, which is basically a law that says any kid from the age of 17 and 21 can stay here as long as their main purpose in America is to study. If not, I guess I'm just gonna have to go to Colombia, apply for a student visa, hopefully come back, study architecture here, and maybe start a firm, which is my biggest goal. Start an architecture firm, and yeah, this was me.
After hearing a little bit about Nick's story, I then spoke to some of his friends and his teachers to see how they knew Nick and how they felt about him possibly getting deported.
Alright, well, I know Nick since birth, basically. I've known him my whole life. He's like a brother to me. It's been so long. It's been like my whole life, 17 years. Our families are tied really close. We don't consider each other friends. We consider each other like family now. And how I feel about the whole situation. Well, I mean, I always try to see the bright side of things. I always try to, see. I always try to think, since it's a possibility, then we're not really sure. So you can always find another system, or like marry somebody with documents or whatever. So yeah, well, hopefully, nothing bad happens. Like I said, always thinking about the bright side of things, nothing negative, because that's not what he needs. India. How would I feel if it was happening to me? Well, I mean, Colombia's awesome, so it wouldn't really suck that much. Food is great, but of course I would miss everyone and everything, but I would still be able to be with my family, and I guess that's like what Nick is thinking too. Like if worst comes to worst and he does get deported, he's gonna be with his family and in a great country.
So, I'm Mr. Morris. I was Nick's teacher a couple years ago, and what do I remember about Nick? I remember Nick works hard. I remember Nick is a nice guy, has lots of friends, good sense of humor. I know that Nick is ambitious. He wants to go to school. He wants to make something of his life. He wants to be a productive member of society. Why would we want somebody like that in our country?
My name is Benson Panga, and I've known Nick Hernandez since the 7th grade. We used to go to Benjamin Tasker Middle School together, and now we're a senior at Bowie High. If Nick ever got deported, I think I would be pretty hurt. I think my group of friends would be pretty hurt. We've all been together like that long, and I think that we have emotional ties to each other and stuff. If he would get deported, we would lose a key member of our group. Nick's a really nice guy. He's in gentleman's club with me and another couple of guys, and he's cool.
Hi, my name is George Gaynor. I've known Nick since the 7th grade. We both went to Benjamin Tasker Middle School together. If Nick were to get deported, that would honestly make me really sad. I don't know what it's like to lose someone that close to me, and that's not something I really want to experience. And honestly, Nick, he's a great guy. He's always someone fun to be around. He's always willing to make me laugh when I'm down. And Nick, I hope the best for you in the future. I really hope you get through this. We've been through so much together over the years, and I'd really hate to see you go.
So I met Nick in 10th grade when we both tried out for the tennis team, and so we were on the team together for a couple months, and he just became instantly one of my best friends. We were in a group chat together, and we were always talking, and Nick just was always there no matter what. If you just needed someone to talk to because you were bored or if you were having a bad day, he's just someone that's always there for you. If you're having a problem, then he'll be like, open up to me and I'll help you out. He's one of the best people I know, and he's always just been so sweet no matter what. One time we were in the car and there were like 3 Nicks, because I don't know why there's so many Nicks, but it was like a Nick, and a Nico, and my mom was referring to Nick as the sweetheart Nick because he was just the sweetest in the car. He's always just so kind, and he's just kind of like a teddy bear that you just want to hug. I'd be so sad. I mean, you grow up with people and obviously you're gonna grow distant and stuff, but Nick is someone that is motivated, and he's motivated to just be the best that he can be. He gets good grades, he has joined clubs, and he's stepped up and taken leadership positions in these clubs. Maybe not officially, but he's stepped up to run the social media. He's stepped up to be there whenever a job needs to be done, and I think that just shows the kind of person he is, that he's willing to do what it takes to be successful.
So I first met Nick when he was a junior in my AP Lang composition class, and I was immediately impressed with his genuine zeal to learn, not just to be present in class, but to engage with his classmates in discussion, his desire to want to learn how to write, and to overall engage in what he was reading with. Nick is a very personable individual where you come into class feeling excited to be there because he's going to give you something to laugh at. He's going to give you something to think about. And I really appreciated that. There are times when you have some serious students and, you know, you enjoy wanting to hear what they have to say and that they can be diligent. But it's nothing like having a student that is built with boast. You know, you're a scholar, he's an academic, he plays sports. I always hear great things about him from his teammates, that he's loyal, he's a hard worker, and, you know, just a good team player. And to have that as a student and for that to also be demonstrated in the classroom really felt like a blessing, because he made the environment fun, not just for his classmates, but also for me. So I really enjoy knowing Nick as a person. He's pretty genuine. He's very kind. Actually a gentleman, which is rare in this generation. And I just really appreciated having his presence as a student in a genuine manner. If Nick were deported, I think a couple different things would happen. I think one, because he has a passion, it seems, for people, and he's a really personable person, I feel like in this country that would really go far for him. I'm not exactly sure what his career pursuits are, but I really do believe that it would have something to do with interacting with people, and having opportunities here in America will really help him get to that level. So I think that him being deported would pretty much hinder him from reaching whatever the highest career pursuit that he has, because this is a land of opportunity. And because he's a great connector, a lot of times it's not always what you know, it's who you know. And because he is that connector, I think it gives him a better way to build whatever platform he wants to reach. And then secondly, I think a lot of people, including myself, would be rather sad and disappointed, because he really is a memorable, engaging person. And I think that, yes, he could adjust well in a different society, but, you know, it's nothing like when you have a certain bond and a tie with people and it becomes your family. And he has many families. He has his family with sports, his blood family. He has, you know, teachers, you know, that he has dynamics with that really look at him as family. So I would just hate to see him have to walk away from that and to not reach the best opportunity and potential that he can here in a country that offers that for anyone that pushes himself. And he has that.
I've known Nick for about 3 years. He's a good guy. A matter of fact, he's one of my gentlemen from my gentleman's club. He is one of the more upstanding persons at our school, and probably in the entire community. The thought of him having to be deported at 21 is literally ludicrous to me. Something needs to change. I mean, I know we have certain rules and laws in place to make things flow right, but sometimes there's a mistake made, and I believe that in this case, there's a mistake. The thought of having Nick deported is ridiculous. I mean, there are some American citizens that should be deported before Nick is deported. Let's just be honest. So we need to reevaluate how we're doing this, the structure behind all this process, and there might be isn't there, I mean, come on now. This is the U.S. government. We can do anything, right? So let's figure out a way to make it so he doesn't have to be deported, and we can make everything right while he's still here, because this is where he spent almost his whole life. So let's get this straight, okay? We can do that.
I've known Nick since sophomore year. We didn't really hang out until last year, our junior year. We had English together, and that was a lot of fun. You know, working in groups together and just hanging out. He's a really good student too. Like, I would always want to hang out and, you know, work with him as far as groups go. But you know, we've hung out after school, and you know, he's just a cool guy. I'd be really upset if he got deported. You know, I'd miss him a lot, but it would give me an excuse to go to Colombia, I guess.
So, I just recently found out about Nick's whole situation, and basically I feel like it was so complicated. I didn't understand most of it, but from what I've gathered, it sounds very like sad that, you know, he's very limited in what he can do, and he basically has a limited time to figure out some sort of plan to stay here. And all I can say is that if he can pull this off, you know, he a G, you know, he got it.
So I really met Nick in 10th grade, but we started getting close last year, and he's like really funny. He's a really good guy to know. We had some really good conversations, you know, through the group chat, the bread chat, you know. We used to fight a lot, but you know, we're friends now, right, Nick?
Yes.
Yeah. And like, yeah, he's friends with a lot of my close friends too, so you know, it just happened like that. But yeah, I would be sad if he got deported, because he's one of the characters make me happy when I'm having my struggles through school, you know? So just a really good soul to be with.
Alright, I first met Nick in 9th grade, and we became closer in 10th grade during the tennis season. It would really be bad if he was deported, because he's such a great friend, and I think it would be unfair to take him from this whole life that he has created for himself in the States. So,
I'm Tyler. I've known Nick since the 9th grade. We had guitar class and Japanese together, and he used to pronounce my last name wrong all the time, and I started correcting him a lot, and then we eventually became friends. He's just like a good person. He's just a good friend in general. He's someone who's understanding, and I talk to him almost every day, and we just share our problems together, and I guess we connect in a way. He's just one of my best friends I could possibly have. I'm honestly happy I had someone like him to help me through all the troubling times that I went through in high school. I went through a lot of emotional things, and he was always there, and I really appreciate that, and I'd do the same for him. I'd help him any way I could. And, you know, if he had to get deported, I feel like someone that got to know me and someone I also got to know would just suddenly disappear. Like, there's always different ways to contact one another, but it just sucked not seeing him in person, and it would eventually take a toll on me.
After hearing that, I then interviewed Nick's mother to see how she felt about Nick's current situation and how she felt about Nick as a son.
I'm a very proud mom. Having Nicholas with me has been my motivation since I knew I was pregnant. He's lovely, and it's a great help at home. He's very confident, which makes me feel secure. And I'm sure he's always trying to make his best decisions, and I hope he continues to do that for life. He's a great help at home. He cooks wonderful. He fixes everything for us. He's always ready to help, and he's a great companion when we travel. I think Nicholas is a person I can trust for everything. The last 5 years have not been easy for us, but he has been very supportive and responsible. Unfortunately, due to the changes in my job, Nicholas has been suffering strong changes in his life, well, our life, economically and even socially. Hopefully he will have a future. Now he's under DACA, and that has been helping him a little bit. But we don't know what's he going to do for the following years. We are working hard on getting any scholarship since he really, really loves to go to school. That is like what is in our plans. Our situation has changed a lot, so we depend on a lot of new opportunities or government changes or legal changes. It is going to take a while. Hopefully he will be able to get something on his side that allows him to go to school.